Good morning, student. In today's class, we'll discuss about binomial nomenclature and type specimen. Okay. Now we are discussing. Now we'll discuss about binomial nomenclature. What is the meaning of binomial nomenclature? Binomial means
जीनस और स्पीशीज डिफाइन होगा
हाँ binomial
नेम में दो चीज होगा सर, जीनस एंड स्पीशीज.
हाँ by means two name. We
यस
will describe any organism by two name. That is called as binomial nomenclature. Bi means two. Okay. Nomi means name. That means it has two name. What is the definition? Scientific designation of a species consisting of two words, namely generic, that it has genus name, and specific that it has a specific name, both which use the Latin grammatical form. The name wherein the name should be in Latin form. Okay. Carolus Linnaeus, 1758, the 10th edition of the book Systema Naturae, is called as the father of taxonomy. He was a Swedish botanist. Okay. Two words, generic and specific. Genus means and species name is the descriptor or epithet. Okay. Anything, any scientific name, you will see it has two names. Homo sapiens, Hilsa tenuosa, Hilsa, Labiorohita, all has two names. But this scientific name is not, still it is not complete. Several more things we have to write whenever we have to write the scientific names. See, here it is italic. Latin we are writing in italic form. But whenever we are writing pen and paper, we cannot write in italic. For that, we have to underline separately genus name and species name. Okay. So what is species? Species is a group of individuals which are capable of interbreed, and the two criteria is there. One is they are potentially interbreeding organism and they are reproductively isolated from other such group. It is the basic unit of classification. Subspecies means individual of a species that are grouped together to form a smaller groups. Suppose there's so other terms also there, stock are there, stock, population. Here scientific subspecies means whenever the species formed in a smaller group, they will called as subspecies. Likely it is a genetic or geographic isolated species. Generally two species, single species, sometimes they are geographically isolated by some hills, by some rivers. They are same species but some different characters, morphological characters, similar in genetic characteristics. They are called as subspecies. Genus is a several species having a common character. That means a genus has containing more than one species. If it is single genus, single species, then it is monogamous. Okay. So there is a rule is there for writing scientific name. The generic name, it is a single word. First letter should always be written in uppercase. That is, first letter of the generic name should be upper and it will be underlined or typed as italic. Clear? when we use generic name more than once in the same text, we can reduce it to a single capital first letter and a full stop, but should be followed by a specific name. Suppose in a single paragraph, several times we are writing Lebio Rohita. Instead of that, we can write capital L. First we have to write the full name Lebio Rohita. In subsequent, that means in next times, whenever we are writing the same species, we can write as L Rohita. That is Lebios. The initial of the Lebio is L capital, full stop, Rohita. Okay, clear up to this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next comes species name. It is also a single word, but it is entirely lowercase. In generic name, the first letter is uppercase, but here all the letter is in lowercase. Similarly, it is italic, and if it is typed, it is normal underline. Okay. The initial of the generic name should be, please delete. Okay. The initial of the generic name should capital, but in case of species name, the entire thing is smaller. Okay. Both the generic and specific name should be underlined separately, not a single underline for generic and specific name. For generic, one underline followed by another underline for species name. Okay. Okay. There are so many types of writing. Whenever any author describe a species, there are so many criteria. He can describe on his name the species on his name. Suppose he will describe the species on the location it was found, sometime some characteristics, like here it is Trachinotus russellii. Russell is one scientist name. For suppose one senior taxonomist, one junior taxonomist identified one species, and he, Gautam, please delete, and he described the species by giving respect to his senior taxonomist. In that cases, there some species name given as Russellii. Russellii means Russell, one taxonomist is there. Okay. Epinephelus clarkii. Clark is one scientist name. Okay. Sometime it is common noun, means it is the location it was found. Rivulus palladium or Gangeticus, that is it designate any location of availability of that particular species. Okay. Sometime any characteristics also, the name itself suggests a character. Suppose Macrocephalus. Cephalus means head, macro means large. Any species that has a unique large head, they identified as Macrocephalus. Okay. Aculeatus means spine. That means any particular region this species has spine. Gastrorostreus. Gastro means stomach. There are some particular characteristics of its stomach. According to that, the scientific names are given. Okay. Okay. Next comes subgenus. Whenever we are writing subgenus, we have to give in parenthesis. Parenthesis means a bracket. Okay. Parenthesis means bracket. Suppose Osteochilus nasi is the name of the species, but Osteochilictis is the subspecies, subgenus. Okay, so Osteochilus bracket Osteochilictis. That means Osteochilictis is the subgenus. It is written in bracket means parenthesis. Clear? Subspecies name, entire name, single genus species followed by subspecies. Carassius auratus auratus. Here no bracket is there. Homo sapiens sapiens. That means subspecies also sapiens. Okay. In subgenus we have to give the bracket. In subspecies there is no bracket. Bracket means parenthesis. Please note down these things. Bracket mean parenthesis. Whenever the term parenthesis is there, that means it is within bracket. Okay. We are always telling taxa, taxon is singular form, taxa is plural form. Okay. Groups of organism recognized in a classification and given biological name, that is cypriniform. These are the groups that is called as taxa or taxon. Writing family order names, these are the family orders, these are the taxon. Please remember the order names always ends with FO. Please note down all those things. Or if anywhere it is written FORMES, forms, means it is the order name. Like example, you write Clupiforms, CLUPEI. It is not written in the slide. CLUPEI FOREMs, Clupiforms, Cypriniforms, Siluriforms, the Carangiforms. This all means it is order. Family means suborder will be always end with OIDEI. Okay. Clupoidae, Chanoidae. Forms means order. OIDE, whenever it is written OIDEI means it is suborder. Cyprinoidae, Parcoidae, this means it is suborder. Okay. Family, super family should be always written as OIDEA. Here it is OIDEI, it is OIDEA. Super family means Clupoidea. Okay. Whenever it is OIDEA, that means it is super family. OIDEI means it is suborder. Okay. Family means IDAE. Clupidae, Cyprinidae, Carangidae, these all are the family names. Subfamily, that is INAE. Cyprininae, Alocinae, Barbinae, that all are subfamily. Please note down. Okay. Single I denotes male species, whereas double I denotes a female species. Example note karo. Epinephelus clarki. Clarki means Clark is the name of the
सर फिर
scientist.
से बोलिए ना.
Whenever it is single I sometimes at the end of the species name there are one single I will be there. Sometimes two I will be there. Okay.
Yes sir.
Single I means it is male species. Double I means it was female species. Epinephrylus clarki. Clark is the name of the scientist. Epinephrylus clarki means the species that was identified, that was a male species. Mipterus peroni. Peroni double I means it was the female species from which it was identified. लास्ट क्लास में कहा हम लोग जब कोई भी नया स्पीशीज को हम लोग आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं, स्क्रीन इज विजिबल ना?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
हम लोग कभी भी कोई नया अगर कोई भी
Yes, sir.
हाँ, अगर कोई भी नया स्पीशीज हम लोग के पास मिलता है, नया या फिर पुराना, कोई भी कॉन्फर्मेशन करना है, कुछ भी करना है, ओके, तो फर्स्ट वी नीड सम स्पेसिमेन. हम लोग क्या करते हैं, कुछ स्पेसिमेन को लेके उसका मॉर्फोलॉजिकल, मेरिस्टिक काउंट्स, कुछ मॉलिक्यूलर वर्क करके स्पीशीज को हम लोग आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं. इफ इट इज न्यू स्पीशीज, then we have to publish on paper. That means we have to recognize that species to each and everyone in the world. All any person living any parts of the world can know that one new species has been identified. During identification or during publication, we have to do some things. That means we have to deposit the specimens. Why you have to deposit the specimen? Because
For reference, sir, future.
एक मिनट. अच्छा नेक्स्ट क्लास. हाँ, we have to for reference and to reconfirm and to revalidate, and if any doubt will occur, suppose I have identified one species, someone will tell that no, this is not that species, you have identified wrong species, this is the previous identified species. So for that, to reconfirm, recheck, revalidate, we have to deposit the specimens. Okay, during deposition we have to make one holotype. Among 6-7 specimen or 10 specimen, we have to designate one species as holotype. Holotypes mean a single specimen designated or indicated as the type by the original author at the time of publication of the original description. जो holotype होगा उसका total length, standard length, sex, सारा जो डिटेल्स है वो तुम्हें पब्लिकेशन में देना होगा, और जो जार में तुम सबमिट करोगे उस जार में भी क्लियरली सब कुछ मेंशन रहेगा. ओके, क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
ओके, नेक्स्ट कम्स इज सीन टाइप. अगर जो ऑथर सबमिट कर रहे हैं वो हॉलोटाइप डेजिग्नेट करना भूल जाते हैं या फिर हॉलोटाइप डेजिग्नेट नहीं करता है, ठीक है, इन दैट केस all the specimens are scene type. Suppose 10 specimen he or she has deposited, then all the 10 are scene types. That means all the 10 are similar. Okay. If he has designated or if she has designated a holotype, rather than holotype, all the other specimen is called as paratype. There is two situation is there. Either it is 1 holotype, 9 paratype, or 10 scene type. Clear?
Sir, एक बार फिर से समझा दीजिए.
फिर से. Suppose कोई 10 स्पीसीज स्पेसिमेन को डिपॉजिट किया है, उसको रिपोजिटरी बोलते हैं, जहां पे हम लोग स्पीसीज को डिपॉजिट करते हैं, ठीक है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज रिपोजिटरी. दैट मीन्स वी हैव टू डिपॉजिट और डिपॉजिट द स्पीसीज देयर. सपोज 10 स्पेसिमेन हम लोग डिपॉजिट कर रहे हैं एज ए न्यू स्पीसीज आइडेंटिफिकेशन, एंड देयर इज 1 holotype, then the rest of the 9 is called as paratype. If no holotype, then all 10 are scene type. Clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
Next comes the term is allotype.
Yes, sir.
Allo means opposite. Among, we have designated one holotype. If it is male, okay, or if it is female, then there one term, next term is there allotype. allotype क्या होगा, वो जो 9 स्पेसिमेन होगा, जो पैराटाइप 9 स्पेसिमेन है, उसमें से कोई भी एक स्पेसिमेन opposite to holotype. If the holotype is male, then allotype will be one female from the paratype. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Allo means opposite. One criteria is scene type. Scene type,
Yes,
another thing. If not scene type, holotype, paratype, allotype, allotype. These three things is there. One holotype, 9 paratype. Among 9, one opposite sex of holotype is called as paratype, allotype. Okay. Next comes the neotype. Neotype means if our holotype is destroyed or in lost, okay, then a specimen selected from the type subsequent to the original description, where the original type are known to be destroyed. Suppose holotype destroy हो गया और holotype हमारा खो गया और holotype formalin में रखा था, खराब हो गया, ठीक है? In that case, we can take one species either from paratype or from the same locality or from the similar description. This will called as neotype. अगर तुम्हारा original holotype खो जाता है, खराब हो जाता है, तो पैराटाइप से या फिर हम लोग बाहर से अगर कोई नया स्पेसिमेन सेम जनरली हम लोग पैराटाइप से ही लेते हैं, सेम डिस्क्रिप्शन का अगर स्पीसीज हम लोग डेजिग्नेट करके हॉलोटाइप डेजिग्नेट करते हैं, देन इट इज कॉल्ड एज नियोटाइप. टोपोटाइप इज अ स्पेसिमेन फ्रॉम द टाइप लोकेलिटी collected subsequent to the original description. That means the holotype is collected from on particular description, subsequent, that means after 5 or 10 years or after 1 year, if we collect the same specimen with same description, then it will called as topotype. Next, the term is isotype. Isotype is a specimen other than holotype taken at the same place as holotype and included the original description. Okay.
सर नियोटाइप में होलोटाइप डिस्ट्रॉय होगा या फिर ऑलोटाइप डिस्ट्रॉय होगा?
नहीं, नियोटाइप में हॉलोटाइप डिस्ट्रॉय होगा, एलोटाइप नहीं. अगर हम लोग का हॉलोटाइप खराब हो जाता है तो जनरली हम लोग क्या करते हैं, पैराटाइप से एक स्पेसिमेन लेके उसको हॉलोटाइप करते हैं और उसका नाम देते हैं हम लोग न्यूटाइप. दैट मींस द हॉलोटाइप इज लॉस्ट or holotype is destroyed, so the same all the 10 species should be of similar type or different size groups will be there and different sexes will be there and their morphological and meristic count more similar.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
सर नियोटाइप और आइसोटाइप में क्या डिफरेंस?
Isotype, topotype means the same locality and isotype means the
नियोटाइप और आइसोटाइप.
neotype different. neotype तभी possible होगा जब तुम्हारा holotype destroyed होगा. Isotype means specimen other than holotype taken at the same place. ठीक है?
आवाज नहीं आ रही है
सर
हेलो हेलो
Yes, sir.
यस सर.
सपोज हम लोग हॉलोटाइप जब भी हम लोग स्पीसीज डिपॉजिट करते हैं, जनरली क्या होता है, हम लोग 2, 3, 4 लोकेलिटी से हम लोग स्पीसीज को कलेक्ट करते हैं. सेम लोकेलिटी से अगर करेंगे तो कोई हम लोग जब चेक करते हैं, जब ईस्ट कोस्ट वेस्ट कोस्ट दोनों जगह से हम लोग स्पीसीज लिए हैं. आइसोटाइप क्या होगा, अदर देन हॉलोटाइप जो हम लोग का पैराटाइप है उसमें जो सेम एरिया से होगा, सेम प्लेस से होगा, दैट इज द आइसोटाइप. नियोटाइप तभी होगा जब तुम्हारा हॉलोटाइप डिस्ट्रॉय होगा या खराब होगा या लॉस्ट हो जाएगा। टोपोटाइप मीन्स सेम लोकेलिटी बट सब्सिक्वेंट टाइम, दैट मीन्स 5-6 साल के बाद अगर हम लोग कुछ सेम एरिया से स्पीसीज कलेक्ट करते हैं, सेम स्पीसीज, दैट इज द टोपोटाइप। एंड अगेन वी हैव टू any type specimen, that means we have to deposit the species. ओके अगर हम लोग डिपोजिट कर रहे हैं, आइसोटाइप हम लोग मेंशन करेंगे, दैट मीन्स सपोज among the two specimen one is holotype, another one हो सकते हैं, 2 हो सकते हैं, 3 हो सकते हैं, 3 isotype that is collected from same place at the same time. Okay,
सही। तो एलोटाइप और आइसोटाइप तो पैराटाइप के अंदर आता होगा।
all are under paratypes. Allotype, isotype, neotype, these all are under paratype. Okay, syntype is separate. Next comes holotype, paratype, allotype, neotype and isotype. Topotype is after subsequent time. Okay, clear?
यस सर।
सर मीजोटाइप भी होता है क्या? कुछ टाइप्स बाय मीजोटाइप्स ऐसा?
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। नियोटाइप हम लोग तभी करते हैं जब हम लोग का हॉलोटाइप डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाता है। जनरली हम लोग एक पैराटाइप से लेके उसको नियोटाइप डेजिग्नेट करते हैं। इसलिए हम लोग पैराटाइप, हम लोग एक से ज्यादा स्पीशीज क्यों डिपोजिट करते हैं, दैट इज द मेन रीजन। ओके, कभी कभी हम लोग का ऑल पैराटाइप्स भी खराब हो जाता है, तब हम लोग को फिर से लाना होगा, देन वी हैव टू डेजिग्नेट दैट इज टोपोटाइप, दैट मीन द सेम लोकेलिटी। कभी कभी क्या होता है हम लोग का ऑल हॉलोटाइप, सिंगल हॉलोटाइप, ऑल पैराटाइप्स आर डिस्ट्रॉयड। अगर कभी भी तुम लोग
और सर
कभी भी कोई भी जेडएसआई के ऑफिस में जाओगे, जूलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया, ओके, देयर यू कैन सी all the specimen, there is katla, rohu, magur, all the holotypes, paratypes, syntypes are designated in the report. If you go the Calcutta JDSI na, you can see more than 1,000, more not 1,000, 5,000 specimens are there of different species. The taxonomists identified the specimens and they have deposited in JDSI only. Maximum taxonomy northeast species are deposited in JDSI depository. We have to deposit any type specimen, that means we have to deposit those species. Clear?
सर लेक्टोटाइप भी कुछ होता है ना?
और भी बहुत सारा कुछ होता है। दिस इज द लेक्टोटाइप होता है, लेक्टोटाइप होता है, पैरालेक्टोटाइप होता है। ओके, लेक्टोटाइप, पैरालेक्टोटाइप होता है। पैरा मीन्स
सेम होता है।
आदत, हाँ
सेम है।
ठीक है। और भी चाहे लेक्टो पैरालेक्टो अगर चाहिए होगा तो वो भी नोट्स में दे दूंगा। ओके ओके, नेक्स्ट इज द डिस्क्रिप्शन। हाउ वी हैव टू describe those species. It is mandatory that an illustration, maybe line drawing or a photograph clearly showing the features of the fish must accompany the description. All the species description need photograph as well as one line drawing. Why line drawing? Line drawing is mainly necessary because they are all those species particular identifying characteristics will be there. Probably I have not shown you na. One book is there, FAO identification sheet of fishery purposes. That book written by Fisher and Bianchi. There you can see all the specimen have line diagram. Okay. The book which is the primitive book of fish taxonomy, FAO identification sheet for fishing purposes, that is Western Indian Ocean 51. Okay. Another book is there, fishes of
रिपीट कीजिए।
FAO identification sheet for fishing.
FAO
अब मैं इस नोट्स में है, मैं दे दूंगा, नोट्स में भी है। FAO identification sheet for fishing purposes, Western Indian Ocean, Zone 51. Okay. Another book is there, Fishes of India. That is, in classes I have told you now, one book is there, Fishes of India by Francis Day. Francis Day,
हैंड ड्राइंग किया हुआ
Francis Day was
हैंड
doctor.
ड्राइंग
Francis Day was the doctor of Madras Presidency. At that time, more than 22 years, he have studied and he written 2 books. That is the Fishes of India. During 1778, he has published Fishes of India. There are 2 volumes there. First volume is detailed description and second volume is hand drawing of each species. Okay. Always hand drawing is necessary for clear demarcation or clear striking character of similar specimen of different species. Okay. Next, first we have to give clear photograph, line drawing, then we have to mention the holotype and paratype specimen should be designated. What are holotypes and what are paratypes? The types should be registered in a repository and the number and the name of the institution should be indicated to facilitate anyone to borrow it from for future study. We have to suppose I want to recheck Labio Katla. So I have, if I the Katla, who identified the species Katla? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Which taxonomist identified Katla specimen?
Hamilton.
Hamilton 1822. So we have to check the publication of Hamilton. There he has mentioned in which depository he has deposited the Katla specimen. So we can go there and we can cross check the Katla, their holotype, if it is holotype, paratype, all the specimen we can recheck. Okay. That should be mentioned which depository and which registration number he has deposited. In the publication itself, it will be mentioned. Okay. This is an example. Suppose Danio horai. Danio horai identified by Burman 1983. This name you see, this is horai. Horai is an absolute noun. That means it is by name of a scientist, Sundarlal Hora. Okay. For Sundarlal Hora, Burman has identified this species, RP Burman, and he has deposited those holotypes and paratypes in JDSI depository with the number F21241/1. This is the number. If we go to the JDSI and if you search by this number, we will found the Danio horais, all the holotypes and paratypes. It is identified from Arunachal Pradesh. Name of the collector is, always we have to name the name of the collector, the place of the collector, date of collection. Okay. And their paratypes, he has deposited 3 paratypes. Okay. See, there it is. Paratypes is JDSI F2122125/1, 3. That means he have deposited 3 paratypes also. Paratypes length, total length 63 to 78 millimeter range. The paratypes, all the data are other same as holotype. Okay. The new species should be published in a reputed journal either in India or in abroad. Whenever you identified one new species, you deposit it to the depository, then you have to publish so that any person staying all over the world can recognize your work. Next, every copy should be identical with other copy and the document should be issued for free circulation. Free circulation means anyone can access. There is no restrict on access of the paper. Suppose I have identified one new species, I have to publish the details, and this publication should be free circulation. Okay, it should not be intended for use of a particular person, organization, agency. That is, ऐसा नहीं होगा ये सिर्फ एक पर्टिकुलर कॉलेज में जो पब्लिकेशन है वो रह गया और बाकी कोई पढ़ नहीं पाया. That will be global and it will be free to access. This is the main criteria. Okay. So this is an example. Burman RP, a new COVID species of the genus Aborichthys Chowdhury from India. Okay. He has published, he has identified, he has to publish. He has published in the Journal of Bombay Natural Historical Society, which issue volume page number. So simply just copy this and paste in the website. You will see the entire publication. Okay. Clear? समझ नहीं आ रहा है. की है ब्रैकेट की. देयर आर सेवरल टाइप. की मींस की किसको बोलते हैं हम लोग? व्हाट इज की?
आइडेंटिफिकेशन
नो,
के लिए
की चाबी किसको बोलते हैं हम लोग? चाबी का फंक्शन क्या है? चाबी, नॉर्मल चाबी का फंक्शन
ताला
क्या है?
खोलना.
ताला खोलना.
ताला खोलना.
हाँ, कोई भी मिस्ट्री को हम लोग अनलॉक करने के लिए हम लोग को की चाहिए होता है. इन सेम वे इन फिशरीज, in taxonomy, the keys are there to step by step. Key means there if we follow the keys, we can solve any mystery, any unknown specimen. By using the key, we can identify those specimen. Okay. The description, detailed description of the key I will taught in next class. Okay.
थैंक यू सर.
Okay.
you, sir.
नहीं, thank you नहीं.
Thank you,
रुक जाओ थोड़ा
थैंक यू
सा.
सर.
रुक जाओ भाई.
Okay, sir.
सॉरी सर.
ये देखो.
Sorry, sir.
This is some example is there. Danius spinosus. That means here it is described by spinosus means description by a character. That means this species have spine. That's why the scientific
सर
name
आपकी
is.
आवाज नहीं आ रही.
आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही है.
आवाज क्लियर नहीं है.
आवाज नहीं आ रही.
सर आवाज नहीं आ रही.
अभी आ रहा है आवाज?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Spinosus means there is description of character. That means this species has a particular character of presence of spine. That's why the author is Day. Day means Francis Day. Okay. The Francis Day identified this species and he have name is Danius spinosus. That means this species has spine in its body. Next, कभी-कभी हम लोग जो लोकेलिटी से हम लोग जो स्पीसीज को कलेक्ट करते हैं उसके हिसाब से भी नाम होता है. So that is Devario manipurensis. That means by simply telling this name, we can tell that this species is collected from Manipur area. Okay. Next is patronymic. That means according to the name of the collector. जो इस स्पीसीज को कलेक्ट किए हैं. कभी-कभी हम लोग कलेक्टर के नाम पे भी हम लोग स्पीसीज का नाम कर देते हैं.
आवाज नहीं आ रही
आवाज नहीं आ रही?
बिल्कुल.
सर आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही.
आवाज नहीं आ रही.
अभी आवाज आ रहा है?
Okay.
हाँ ठीक है। कभी कभी क्या होता है, जो नेम ऑफ द कलेक्टर से भी एक मिनट। ओके, कभी कभी क्या होता है, नेम ऑफ द कलेक्टर के हिसाब से भी हम लोग करते हैं। जैसे यू चिलोग्लानिस होटगर्थ, दैट मीन्स होटगर्थ is a specimen, Hotgart is a person. According to his name, we have given the name as यूचिलोग्लानिस होटगार्टी। कभी कभी कोई एमिनेंट साइंटिस्ट के ऊपर भी हम लोग स्पीसीज का नाम देते हैं। जैसे बेरिलियस नेल्सनी, नेल्सन इज ए वेल नोन साइंटिस्ट, जोसेफ नेल्सन। ओके, द
तो सर होरा तो कलेक्टर है, यानी कि टैक्सोनॉमिस्ट होगा।
होरा ब्रैकेट में होरा है, दैट मीन्स होरा हैज आइडेंटिफाइड द स्पीसीज। ओके, he has named the species to the collector name. Collector is Hotgart. According to his name, he has named is Euchiloglanis hotgarti. One book is there, Joseph S. Nelson. Nelson is a scientist, well-known taxonomist. The name of the book is Fishes of the World. Okay. According to his name, Berman has identified the species and renamed is Berilius nelsoni. That means he has given his respect to Nelson as during identification and named is Berilius nelsoni. Okay. कभी कभी जो रिवर में जो इकोसिस्टम में जो पाए जाते हैं स्पीशीज, उसके हिसाब से भी नाम कर देते हैं। सपोज ऑस्टियोचिलस गोदावरिनेसिस, दैट मींस इट इज रिपोर्टेड इन गोदावरी रिवर। वन स्पीशीज इज देयर गैंजेटिक डॉल्फिन, हम लोग जो डॉल्फिन मिलते हैं दैट इज कॉल्ड एज प्लैटिनेस्टा गैंजेटिका, दैट मींस इट इज प्रेजेंट इन गैंजेस। अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट okay. Next comes the
Okay, students. Thank you. If any question is there, then please ask. Otherwise, I will end today's class. Okay. Thank you. I am ending today's class.